All right, so we've got one of these, and we've got one of these. So let's put them all together, shall we? What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich. Yes, that's right. We have gotten ourselves a internal SSD for our Polymega, and we're going to do ye old installation video of said SSD into the Polymega. So let's grab our tools, which we have back here, and get on over into the repair zone, well, or the install zone, I guess. And let's see what we got going on, right? Let's do it. All right, cool. So here we are. We got our Polymega. We've got our drive. And we got our tools. Handy dandy toolkit. Hyper tough 77-piece electronic kit. That's what we got here going on. And you can find this thing at Walmart, of all places. It's actually a really, really good value. I think I bought it for like $11 or whatever. Got basically everything you need. Now, what you will need is really just a simple Phillips head, right? And the port is really, really easy to access. So you take your Polymega and you turn it upside down, and there's a port right on it. Right on it. If I can just get in there and have it zoom. There we go. Right there. It says SSD, and the screw right there is just your standard Phillips. So you can go right in here and get on with your Phillips action and just get on in there. And the port is literally that easy. I'm going to make sure there's a longer screw than I thought it was going to be. All right, that should be good enough. And then bam, there it is. That is it. That's all you really need. There is another one in here. There's another screw. I'll put this over here for now. There's another screw in there to actually hold the drive. So we can zoom in on that. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like this. There it is. There's the screw right there. It's another Phillips. So that's two screws that you're going to have to do. So you take that one out as well. This is going to help. Golly, that's hard. This is the one that holds the drive in place. You might need to, sometimes you need to change the tip there. Get a little wider one. This is what we're going to do. We're going to try this one. See if we can get a little more leverage on the screw there. You don't want to strip it. Am I getting it turning on there? Nope. And then sometimes even you got to get in. If He-Man put the screw in, which it seems that He-Man might have done this time, sometimes you actually go in with a little flathead. I don't know if you can zoom in there. Sometimes you go in with a little flathead just to see if you can kind of crack it. It's a little too wide. You got to be careful because you don't want to bend both your bit or the, or like I said, strip the screw. You don't want that. And then if you've got to do it, yeah, that is really in there. And if you really got to do it, sometimes you actually got to get in there with some tweezers and actually just crack the screw that way. But we'll try another one of these bits to see if we can get in here and actually make the screw turn here. No, that one's too loose. Too loose. We'll go back to our original because we were actually biting on it. There we go. There we go. You got to apply a little pressure too in order to get that loose sometimes. And then there you go. That's it. We've got that all set there. So then we put this over here. Put that down there. And then you got to get into your box. And we went with a Western Digital Black SN770 NVMe. It's the 5,150 megabit per second version. I know there's newer ones that are faster. My buddy Crow from Crow Continuum got some of those new faster ones. I mean, I'm not necessarily overly fussed. I think I said this in another video. I'm not really overly fussed about the speed of the drive itself. because to be honest, your bottleneck on the base unit, if you're doing your disk-based games, is going to be the disk reader, not the hard drive. So no matter what, you're still going to get bottlenecked by the I/O from that drive. And there we go. There's the drive right there. And then you're just going to make sure that you're putting in your pins the right way. So again, on the bottom of the thing right here, you see that little notch there. You got to make sure you match the notch with the notch on the drive. So the notch on the drive is here. If you can see that. Zooming in on these things is kind of horrible sometimes. There you go. See the notch right there? So you just match the notch on the bottom right here. All right. Put it in on a little bit of an angle to make sure everything's nice and connecting. You can feel it right there. And then you're going to press down right there. And that's when you're going to need your screw again. And then you just put the screws back in, and then you're good to go. There we go. Okay. And there you have it. Get it tight enough, but not too tight. Like I said, you don't want He-Man coming in and screwing that in for you, because then you'll never get it back out. Nor do you want it to be too loose either, obviously. And then you put this one back in too. This one seems to want to go in a certain way, so you got to make sure that you're nice and up and down on there, and no slants in the screw. And then there you go, until you feel resistance, and then you're good to go. Bam. That's it. That is the SSD in there on your Polymega. And then what should happen is it should be able to be recognized when we turn this bad boy on. So we're going to go on over to Studio A and double check it to make sure that is indeed the case. And there you go. We're going to put this box back together here. There you go. And hop that back over. And it's ready to rock. There you go. You got your drive, got your Polymega, and we're ready to turn it on. So, without any further ado, we're going to zoom on over to Studio B, or Studio A, I should say, and get that going. So let's go ahead and do that. See ya. All right, here we are in Studio A. And we're about to hit the power button here and find out what happens after we have installed the HD in this Polymega. Let's see what we got. There we go. Got a good boot. Connect the controller and then hold the D-pad to the right to register. I think we need to unplug it and plug it back in like we did last time. So hold the D right. There we go. Yes. We did it. All right, cool. So we are at the official menu. So let's go to the system menu. And let's go to settings. Let's see if we got storage. There we go. We got the unformatted 2 terabyte disk. So we're going to hit the format disk button to see how long that takes. Yes, we want to proceed. Press and hold the D-pad right. There we go. Boom. There it is. So now we have an external device, or external storage, I guess, that is now 1.698 terabytes, of which 1.868 is usable.
you usually lose a little bit to formatting or some kind of thing. So, so that's pretty cool. I wonder if we can go to internal storage here. So I think someone in the either Discord or a commenter on the video said that there is a very strong possibility that I'm on a really old version of the firmware. So after you upgrade your firmware to at least 1.22, I think it is, or whatever the last one was, you're able to actually move games that you've installed from the internal storage to any external device. And you can do it bulk. You could do it, game by game, I think, or in a list is what they said. So let me go over to the Polymega website here real quick and see some of the news. And I think they might mention it. I also want to make sure that it's the last update was 1.1.23, which is, you at least have to have that one in order for you to do the moving of games thing. It could be that you would have had one earlier, but let me see if I can read one more. Unrecognized media installation support, resolve database, homebrews, thumbnail images, which is pretty cool, textless thumbs, all sorts of fun stuff, filters, and that's it from 1.1.18. So there wasn't a whole lot of things that were said about that. So it is one of the system firmwares from 1.1.18 all the way up through the last one, which was the 1.1.23. Now there is 1.1.30, but there's been some weird things going on with that particular firmware. So I don't know if I'd recommend it or not, but at least for now, we have another device that we can place games on. So when we do future videos on putting in new PSX games, some Sega CD stuff, more of the Saturn games, we may actually dip in and do Lunar, the Superstar Story, which is I got right here. We might do that one next on a video coming up soon. So check it out for that. But at least we know now it's that easy. You open the pot, you open the little thing on the bottom, you pop in your SSD, you close it all up, you turn it on, it recognizes it as something that needs to be formatted, you format it, you're golden. So let's back out over here, go all the way back to the regular menu here, and let's go to the wrap-up. There you have it, folks. It's just that easy. It's pretty good. It wasn't too painful at all. You need just a simple screwdriver, your SSD, and you're pretty much golden. But I will say that inner screw that holds the SSD down, it is, at least from my experience on my device, really, really tightly put in there. So you got to really kind of apply pressure in order to crack that thing, in order to get the screw up and put in your SSD. So be careful when you do that. You don't want to go ahead and strip the head of that screw, and then you're going to be in trouble, or at least trying to find another machine screw to go in there and hold it down or whatever. So that is pretty much that. And we've reached the end of a video here on Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We have to do one thing and one thing only. You guys know what it is. It is thank the members of the Good Times Club. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's thank the EverCanadian. Let's thank George Games. Let's thank Crimson Cross and Chris Westerman, Phantom Fiction, Skeletrex, Lloyd Archim, Papa Pete, The Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Shure, John Willig, and Gunzy20. Thank you guys all for being members of the Good Times Club, for hanging out with us, for helping support the channel in all the different ways that you can, for 1080p StreamYard, all of that fun stuff. And of course, thank every one of you for stopping by and watching the video, member or not, subscriber or not. Thanks for just hanging in there and chilling with us today. Be sure to get down there in the comments. Let me know down below. Are you guys going to be hunting down your own SSD for your Polymega? Do you have any other questions? Do you want to see other cool things about the system, the system menu, or any other features that you want to see? Do you want to do an upgrade video when I finally get I'm going to request an image that's not 1.1.3, So if I get my hands on that, we're gonna do an upgrade video so I can upgrade my Polymega to whatever the last one was before that, and then we'll see what that happens. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below. But that's pretty much it. Until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys, and more Polymega action coming up soon. See you.
RTSC.baconicecream.com